Catherine and David, nothing is easier than saying words, and nothing is harder than living them day after day. What you promise today must be renewed and redecided tomorrow. At the end of the ceremony, legally, you will be husband and wife. But both of you still decide each day that stretches out before you that you want to be married. Now, David, having dedicated your life to God and taking the wife of his choice today, you must realize that she too belongs to God. Any children born to you and Catherine also shall belong to God, as well as all other things God has given you or shall give you. David, do you promise that you shall always keep your relationship to Catherine above all human relationships, including those of your friends, your parents, and your children? Do you promise to be faithful to your wife until death shall separate you, and to provide for her with a self-sacrificing love as Christ loved his church? Will you care for Catherine spiritually, emotionally, and physically, even as you care for your own needs? If so, answer, I will.
I will.
David, do you promise to keep short accounts with Catherine, so that if disagreement or hurt breaks your fellowship, you will seek reconciliation as quickly as possible? Do you promise to avoid suspicion of your wife and bitterness towards her, admitting when you are wrong in attitude, deed, or word? If so, answer, I do.
I do.
David, do you promise to provide for the material needs of your children as God enables you to do so? Do you promise to be the spiritual leader in your home? Do you promise to be the chief teacher and disciplinarian of your children, and to ask their forgiveness when you have wronged them? If so, answer, I do.
I do.
Catherine, you've got a part in this too. Catherine, today begins your life with David as husband and wife. Having given yourself to God, you now give yourself to your husband, though he shall be yours from this day onward. Remember that he belongs first to God. Do you promise to follow him wherever God leads him and be faithful to him until death? Do you promise to regard David as the spiritual leader in your home, submitting to him according to the word of God? If so, answer, I do.
I do.
Catherine, do you promise to be David's best friend, his chief confidant, his most ardent supporter? Do you promise to respect his judgment in matters of the home and to urge your children's confidence in him? Do you promise to be a friend to your children as well as a mother? Do you promise to teach them what you should and encourage them in spirit? If so, answer, I do.
I do.
You have both expressed your willingness to enter into this marriage in the fear of God. As you now hold each other's hands and look into each other's eyes, you are about to make a solemn, lifelong vow. Now, David, say these words as you pledge your faithfulness to God.
I, David Zimmerachua, take you, Catherine Hoyanani, to be my lawfully wedded wife. From this day forward, I pledge my love and devotion toward you. as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it. Both the privilege and the responsibility of our marriage is accepted joyfully. In the presence of God, I promise to gladly provide and to protect you, in sickness or in health, in poverty or in prosperity, through times of trial and times of ease.
And now, Catherine, say these words as you pledge your faithfulness to David.
I, Catherine Wedding, take you, David Surachua, to be my lawfully wedded husband. With deepest joy, I come into our new life that together we may be one. As you have pledged to me your life in love, so I too happily give you my life, and in confidence submit myself to your headship as unto the Lord. As in the church and its relationship to Christ, so I will be to you. I will live for you, loving you, obeying you, learning from you, and ever seeking to please you. God has prepared me for you, so I will strengthen, help, comfort, and encourage you. Therefore, David, throughout life, no matter what may lie ahead, I pledge my life to you as a loving and obedient and faithful wife.